So hello everyone, grab a friend and grab a seat. Get some popcorn maybe, or I don't know what you used to eat while you're listening to this AMA that we are having here. We are waiting for Alex. Alex, raise your hand so I can see you. Uncle, you're not Alex, are you? Very funny. Yeah, you can come up and talk about this. VEBAI AI if you want, Alex. No, we have Alex, the real Alex here. I'm unmuting you now, Alex. So welcome up on stage. People, you know Alex. We have him here now and then talking about different projects. Welcome, Alex.
Hi everyone.
Good evening.
Hey, how's it going? Good evening, good afternoon. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, pleasure to have you as always. So yeah, today we are talking about VEBAI AI with you. So I'll open the floor for you right away, Alex. Take it away.
Awesome, sounds good. Um, I don't even know how to start. I always try to start these AMAs in a different way, but still, it kind of comes down to, hey everyone, pleasure to be here as always. Lovely to see that the team kind of took my advice on going with a Twitter space, and they kind of narrow it down to only a couple of communities. So I was happy that they chose this one. Very familiar with the crowd here, with the hosts, with the listeners, and always engaging to see you guys turn in to these AMAs sessions, which I hope are educational, at least from my perspective, right? So with that in mind, I'm going to say, my name is Alex, probably self-explanatory. You guys know that by now. I'm a speaker on behalf of projects, communities, so on and so forth, which means where I'm going with this is that I don't have any empowerment when it comes to the development of the project, to the use case, to the utility, not even to AMA setting up. So the main principle for me stating that is the fact that I get asked a lot. So listen, can I join on board? Can I be a part of the team? Can I be a moderator? Will you like to have an AMA with us? If it were up to me, I would hire you guys. Oh, I would have AMAs with each and every one of you. But you know, it is what it is. The team has a rigorous process in order to set up these sessions. Based on community, based on engagement, based on so on and so forth. So yeah, this is who I am. And when it comes to VEBAI, I'm gonna start out by saying that although I don't typically know the names of the team members, as I always say, like I know a couple of them. This time, I'm gonna say I'm blank. I don't know their names or aliases or Telegram users. What I do know is that there's a 8-person team working on the project, from web development to marketing strategies, utility implementation, Web3 adaptation, and so on and so forth. And because I asked a bit more detail to be able to share with you guys, they stated that they have a lot of experience in marketing. That's their main area of focus. And they did past work for some Solana NFT projects and also marketing for BAYC NFT collection, which is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. That's massive. If I couldn't verify if that's true or not because I don't have any connections on the BAYC team, but if it is, that's massive. If not, it is what it is. We're not gonna, or personally, I'm not gonna know that. That's what they told me. So they started working on this project and this idea, which is not a new concept, right? So we've been back and forth with the chatbots, AI bots. So they started working on it a couple of weeks ago. I think they're past 1 month. The idea being based on the current market expectations. So typically, maybe this is just me. I've been turning ChatGPT on lately, the one developed by OpenAI, for I'm gonna say 90% of my activities. Why? First of all, because it's fun. Second of all, because it's programmed to learn, and third of all, because it does help. So strictly based on that, your day-to-day activities and decision to learn more, this is what's gonna happen with this one as well. So without going too much in depth, imagine that once the market is in an uptrend, so many people are gonna join, try to develop, to trade. What would the proper path for those guys be? So how do you filter the information? How do you know what's good and what's not? So yeah, this is a tool that could help you define a flow, right? A progression path, your own roadmap as a trader, if I may. The mission is simple, right? To aid individuals to support up and coming businesses, help your development path, and people in and out of crypto as well. Because I'm in crypto. I'm a trader myself, and I still use chat GPT. But people outside of crypto use it probably more than me. So it kind of tailors to both industries in and out of crypto by offering a wide area of services, uh, software development ideas, channel management, community engagement, thesis and article writing, even support with the lead management and revenue generation. Again, it supports you by being like a virtual assistant. I don't know if you guys ever used it, but it's fun. Uh, and the vision is, quite similar to the mission, and it has to be trying to encapsulate those activities and present them, put it forward in a simpler manner, in a friendly manner, to give you guys the opportunity to grow businesses or learn more or have wide community services and so on and so forth. Eventually, snowballing this into a Web3 adapted chatbot AI, as it's called. So yeah, this is who the team is. This is their experience. This is who am I. Yeah, back to you, Mary, basically.
Cool, thank you, Alex. Very nice. So the idea is basically they will create chatbots who are ready to maybe use, so businesses can use them as a customer service bots. Is that the whole idea?
Yes and no. I mean, the full picture is to offer those bots, right, as implementable either widgets or tools for wide areas of services. But in general, let's put it this way. I want to develop my own business, and I don't really know where to go. I can implement this particular chatbot AI, and it's going to support with my cause, right? From various angles. Either I want to provide content to you guys, or eventually debug my own website, write stories, translations, maybe generate AI content, right? Based on the machine learning and progress as well. So I mean, it's intended as a tool to guide you through your operations. It's not going to solve the business for you, but it's going to give you clear paths for business development, but as a trader as well. Because in the end, where I feel these guys are going with is having this one tailored for cryptocurrency implementation. So if you were to ask it, what is the most reputable coin there is, it will eventually say probably Bitcoin, and it will explain why. So it's Bitcoin based on a couple of factors that it has predetermined based on the database in which it functions. There are two different concepts here. So there's the natural language processing, of course, which is kind of simulating and helping simulate human-like conversations. And it does learn based on that, based on the NLP, but also the ML, because the ML is pretty much the machine learning. So it has algorithms that it enables it to improve the responses over time. So if at first you would say, what's the best token? Bitcoin built by Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008, whatever, right? Eventually, due to interactions, the more you interact with it and the more the database expands, at a later point, you're going to ask what's the best token, and it's going to say Bitcoin due to its high value of its all-time high, its progression, its adoption, its whatever. So, and again, this expands to wide areas and wide subjects. I feel it's kind of cool. And again, just to make this out there, to put this out there, of course, this is based on the API of Chat GPT. So you cannot, at this point, I'm afraid that the OpenAI was pretty much ahead of us. You cannot reinvent the wheel, but you can actually use that open source API to support your business and to tailor it according to your needs, and eventually present it to others as well. So, yeah.
So, but I mean, if I have a business and want to use this, then this bot can also learn my business day by day. I mean, I can program it with
Exactly.
with
Yeah,
information,
exactly.
so it learns more and more.
Yeah,
That's good.
think about an FAQ, right? So, I mean, typically, if you want to have a support for your business, you have a couple of options, right? So you have the FAQ, which you write it, and it's going to be there for good. You have maybe an automatic reply. If people wanna support you and they wanna ask questions in regards to the business, it will automatically reply, but it's going to be predetermined. So it cannot go different, or you hire someone to do it. The third one is probably the most expensive, time zone, language translation, and so on and so forth. This one is like a virtual assistant intended to achieve those uh, pretty much those scopes, but also more. We're going to talk about the benefits and the use case again, all envisioned by the by this particular team. But yeah, it's intended to learn on your business. That's the angle.
There's something they call also sentiment analysis, where they can the bots can detect the tone of the people's writing. I mean, if you swear at them, they know you're angry and stuff like that, and they can try and calm you down. That's pretty advanced, isn't it?
It is, and it's interesting. I mean, I've seen this because at the moment you can test their demo bot on the website. I would say it doesn't do much right now. That's why it's the demo version. But they're working to put this forward. As far as I understood, to be transparent, it's going to be available somewhere in Q2. I don't have a definitive answer right now when it's going to be fully live. The demo version is there. But going back to the original API, yeah, it does have two functions. So the NLP, the natural language processing, it enables it to understand the language and also user intent. Exactly what you were saying, Mary. If I type, screw you, bot, and I do like, let's say, add some emoticons or maybe some emojis or exclamation marks at the end, it's going to know that I said that in an anger slash frustrated tone. And based on that, it's going to reply in a similar manner, but trying to calm me down. That's an NLP. Now, the machine learning protocol, this one is strictly an algorithm that's going to enable it to improve the responses over time based on the interaction of your own. So only based on your interaction, the business learning side is done on the machine learning. The human interaction is done on the NLP. It goes in depth. So if you were to Google right now, the NLP versus ML, it will give you a lot of articles on Google. If you guys are curious, definitely you can research it. It does implement it. I'm curious to what level, because I've seen the original one, the ChatGPT one, had a couple of failures. It is normal, right? It's normal to have it. But that's where the custom and tailored experience comes in. So I'm looking forward to seeing it actually.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I also read that they will be able to handle payments and complete sales, these bots. I mean, they would be like I mean, employees kind of in businesses then maybe.
Indeed, yeah, all of those, and that kind of takes us to a bit of the use case, because the utility, to narrow it down simply as that, these particular bots tailored to various activities, right? You want to develop marketing strategies, have payment services implemented, accumulate leads or double your leads or whatever the case might be. When it comes to the use case of this particular one and also the token integration, yes, it will be able to support payment systems, incentivize users and engage them more by recommending various activities. So based on your business, it's going to try and educate it what you can and cannot achieve. If you have, for example, sales or products that you can sell, it's going to support people. Sorry about that. My little one just fell. It's going to support them, kind of, educate them. Listen, did you know that you can purchase, I don't know, if you go on DeFi by Alex, you can purchase a bottle of water? I don't know, just saying that.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of
Like an
guiding you
advert
through.
also.
But yeah, pretty much. I mean, I know it kind of sounds optimistic or ambitious, but in general, if we're talking about artificial intelligence and the powered systems, I feel there's no limit. I mean, as far as the human brain, because we
So,
are the ones that design it. As far as
yeah, I
we
mean,
go, it can go.
maybe I missed it in the start, but how long has the team been working on this bot already?
I would say close to a month, maybe a little over a month right now, because of the open source API of the Chat GPT. They took that one. Everybody can do it. It's like forking a contract
Okay,
basically,
okay.
and from there on, you're tailoring it to what you would like to do. Now, comparing it to the original one, that one has like literally no limits because of who's backing it, the amount of money. When you think about it, you want to integrate your token into it, then yeah, you kind of narrow it down. So that's why you have to tailor it according to your own niche and expectations, of course. Yeah, because you don't have the
Mm.
funds that those guys have.
What do you say about funds? They have funds already, or are they raising funds now with the pre-sale on PinkSafe?
Oh, at the moment they're raising the funds, but what I was saying is just as a comparison, they don't have the funds that the original version has,
No,
the
no, of
chat
course. Yeah,
GPT.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that's why you took that one and you tailor it and customize it according to your needs and according to who you're targeting, because that one targets pretty much everyone. Look at the commercials, look at what Elon's doing, and so on and so forth. You, on the other hand, you're a small player, so you have to grind your way through the space.
Yeah, of course. All right. So yeah, because we just touched on that, they have a fair launch going on at the moment, right? On Think Sale
Oh yeah,
on
yeah. Fair
BSC.
launch, yeah. Fair
Same.
launch is going. I would say I didn't confirm this with the team, but I would say according to expectations, strictly based on fair launch opportunities right now. So 67, I think it was 67 BNBs raised. The soft cap was 50.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I say according to expectation? Because fair launches in general start on a slow pace and tend to accelerate based on marketing and community expectation and so on and so forth towards the end. These guys started their fair launch on the 27th and they're going to end it tomorrow. So that leaves you guys with about 22 and a half hours to research the project, read in depth, uh, understand it, and decide for yourself if you want to participate or not. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't actually expecting. I don't expect this one from any fair launch to have a massive user engagement because they are who they are, and fair launches have been digressing lately to the old school pre-sales, which is interesting. So I mean, yeah, it kind of we're shifting back to pre-sales at the moment. So I've seen a 50-50 right now with the fair
Yeah, the
launches and pre-sales.
trends this way a lot. Yeah, they do. I've
Yeah,
seen it
yeah.
too.
I
Mm.
think it comes down to preference, right? As an
Yeah.
investor, it depends on what you like. Some people like subscriptions, other like pre-sales, other contribute to fair launches. We are who we are. So yeah,
So,
but still
so
time.
a, a thing that comes up sometimes when you talk about these AI bots, I mean, do they spy on you as well? Do they collect data that you don't want them to collect, or how can I manage that as a
Well, I mean,
user?
the collection of the data is the data that you input into it. It doesn't ask for anything else. Not to mention, because of the Web3 adaptation, it doesn't distribute the data. Typically, when you access whatever website you do on the Web 2, it does require you to allow it to have the access, right? The cache access and so on and so forth. But if it's not Web3 implemented, then it distributes that according to the website because you actually agree to that. So the distribution is based on leads. In general, if you want to put that forward, think about it this way. If you search right now something on Google, I don't know, phone or iPhone 14 or whatever, I guarantee that within the next hour, on whatever website you go, you're going to see some ads pertaining to mobile phones or iPhone.
Exactly.
That's the
Yeah.
Web2 distribution of data. It's an ongoing strategy that has been around, and that's one of the main problems that Web3 is here to solve: the
Yeah.
controlled distribution, the centralized, if I may, distribution of data in a decentralized space. So it does gather data, but it doesn't distribute it forward.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. So, where is the team from? Did you mention that also in the beginning?
No, when it comes to the team, I have little to no details. Where are they from?
Okay,
I know I know that there are 8 people actually with the CEO working on this, but other than that, yeah, they didn't, let's say, dox themselves to me. They're KYC'd with Pinkcell, and the token is audited as well. No SAFU, no public doxing so far. Maybe in the future, who knows? Not according
yeah.
to their plans right now.
All right, cool. So, do you have any partners already lined up, or do they have any companies who wants to use this bot?
I mean, it's at the moment it would be kind of, I would say, overstating that, at least from my perspective, that communities or let's say companies that want to use this. Why? Because when it comes to using such a bot, people really tend to use the let's say the non-crypto version, so to call it. Once you're talking about a crypto integrated platform, you have to narrow it down to how will you market yourself. So before achieving a partnership status at the moment and being able to offer this as an implementable tool for websites and for partners and up and coming businesses, they will have to focus on marketing and exactly the, let's say, the plan because of their main area of expertise, which is marketing and promotion, they're going to try and put forward the token until the launch of the full version of the software. Again, to repeat myself, in Q2 expected the full version of the bot, and by then implemented, which is going to just keep the kind of the business revenue model in. Once you have that implementation, you can ask people to pay for the services and premium features of it by implementing it. So to give you an example, let's put it forward. You want to write an essay right now based on, I don't know, quantum mechanics. I have no idea. And you ask it, can you guide me towards learning quantum mechanics? Now, if you do this on Google, it will, but it's going to take you anywhere from 3 hours to, I don't know, 30 years to go through the documentation and so on and so forth. The purpose and the scope of this bot is to try and narrow down the results and guide you towards asking the next question. So can you guide me towards quantum mechanics? It's going to say yes, and it's going to give you a couple of ideas. I wouldn't extrapolate because I don't know quantum mechanics, unfortunately. Based on those ideas, you would keep the conversation going. So what would you say, I don't know, that formula is? What does this pertain to? And what is this referring to? And so on and so forth. And by that, it accelerates the algorithm to learn on the experience, and it gives you an idea. Now, once you go to the advanced features, it can recommend, listen, you can use this software to learn more, or this platform, or I have the solution for you based on this. But those are going to be premium features, and the team wants to have fees. I don't know exactly right now what the fees would be for you guys to have access to it. You know that it can write on behalf of you. So you give it a couple of ideas, and it can complete articles or essays and so on and so forth based on that. If you wanted to do that, it's going to do a portion of it. If you're satisfied with the result, you can acquire it as a fee, pay for the fee either as a subscription or as a one-time fee, and then you can have the full article written. And I feel this is, I mean, it's kind of cheating in a way, not putting forward your own ideas. But on the other hand, it does come into account because it's going to help you progress. I used the original version because this one is not live yet to try and grow my, I'm going to say my business, right? And I did ask it, how would you do it if you were me? How would you grow the business and so on and so forth? I'm going to be honest, it gave me a couple of cool incentives. Some of them I can achieve, some of them I can't, because it does say grow your community. Okay, but you do understand that's what I'm asking you, right? I mean, how do I do that? You cannot just say grow your community by growing your community. So it does have a couple of flows, even the big one, but it's an ongoing process to learn. So yeah, that's.
But do you mean also now that project owner can use this for the project and help growing the communities and yeah, use them for whatever they want,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
All right, that's cool. Let's talk about the token itself a little bit. What kind of role is it playing in this whole ecosystem, or this with the bots? Where does it come in? What's the utility of the token?
Well, I mean, the token is integrated within every layer of the utility. Now, again, because we're talking about a chatbot, the first piece of let's say the first use case of the token itself would be the payment system. So the chatbot itself can be used as a payment system. And again, it will function on the native token. Let's assume that you will implement this bot and it will support payments for the platform or for the business or whatever the case might be. It will support on the native token. Now, I'm not saying it's not expandable, maybe to integrate other currencies, but as a first, the token itself is going to be the main currency in which you can purchase, let's say, services or products within the ecosystem, and also as a platform implementation. The second use case, so to say it, maybe feature, would be the user engagement as an incentive. It will have you guys complete some tasks or maybe participate in surveys or sharing content or so on and so forth, referring others nonetheless, and rewards will be in the chatbot token itself. By being a holder to certain levels, it will give you access to the governance and decision making, so the DAO platform, empowering you guys within the platform itself. The access to the premium services, I just kind of mentioned that one, where it will give you limited opportunities, and you can expand on those opportunities if you are okay with paying that particular amount of native tokens to have the features implemented. What I also understood is that this one correlated with the cryptocurrency market will try to support with investment opportunities. So let's assume you would have a discussion with them, and it will go something like, what would you feel I should invest in right now? What token would you recommend? I'm not sure if it's going to be an ML or an NLP reply. Uh, Probably an NLP deciding on what should it recommend based on what it knows, but it's going to try and support you and share some token sales. Mostly, I would say, taken from the big databases, CMC, CG, DEXs, Xs, and CEXs actually, and so on and so forth. And from there on, kind of supporting your investment opportunities. It's not going to recommend a token that you probably haven't heard of unless it's a massive one and we actually don't know it. And eventually to function as a decentralized marketplaces for the chatbot services within their own platform. So every service provider and every piece of content to be directly searched and acquired through the marketplace without, I mean, functioning like an escrow, right? So you would implement this one and you allow people to purchase I don't know, the bottles of water inscribed with DeFi by Alex or whatever the case might be. Everything going through the decentralized marketplace and coming back as a functional transaction. That will be the integration of the chatbot token itself. When it comes to the benefits, I mean, envisioned by the team, yeah, because I mean, you guys can see different ones. I feel this is a fully community-driven project, and let me share my reason behind that statement. Community-driven, in my opinion, in my perspective, means if people use the utility, whether it's this one or the other, then you will drive it to another layer, right? Help it expand and progress in the system. But if people don't use the utility, there's not much to build upon. So I feel this is 100% a community-driven project. You will be empowered, you will be rewarded, so on and so forth. Let's just wait and see the bot first. But yeah, mainly if you guys support the project and use the features, it will progress. If not, they're probably going to have a tough time. So that's why I mean that's what I mean by community-driven protocol.
Cool. So what is it really then that makes this project different from other AI bot projects? Because there are lots out there. We know that, right? It has kind of exploded, this AI thing, and how to help, yeah, people or businesses or chat groups with bots. So what is dividing this one from others, would you say, Alex? Is there something really special that stick out, or is it just trying to get in there as together with the other ones and just do it better?
Well, it's tough to say, and I'm gonna be 100% transparent and keep it real with you guys. Without seeing the final product right now, I would say it's kind of hard to say it has X or Y. But I'm gonna talk strictly based on the vision. Now, if that vision comes through as a reality, then that's definitely gonna be the case. Strictly by the let's say flow of the conversation that I had with the team. What their angle is not to revolutionize only the space, because it's kind of hard right now, exactly as you said, Mary. I feel they probably should have started this one maybe 6 months ago if they wanted to be the first ones. At this point in time, maybe there are a couple of them. Maybe there are a lot of bots that I don't even know about. Personally, I've only tested 2 in crypto. None of them worked because they were predetermined. So if it has a predetermined database, how is the AI contributing? Because it's not. I mean, I could not me, but I could hire someone to code that, and it's an automated bot. I used to do these stuff for I don't know if you guys use the MIRC, the Internet Relay Chat, the old platform, but I used to code bots for that platform. It was super easy, and they were automatically replying. I used to do trivia bots as well. So I mean, I'm not doing it anymore because the technology is way different. But if it's predetermined to answer, it's not AI. Now, if I'm looking at the vision of the team and the way in which they want to put this forward, implementing the NLP, that technology, to enable it to understand the language and make a use of my intent, that's the critical component of chatbot AI. And if it does have that, then it's going to be different. Maybe the first one to do it, I don't want to overstate. Looking on that artificial intelligence, and that's the key for me. I don't care about the architecture. It's chat GPT API, it's whatever. I don't care. The dialogue, if it's funny, if it's serious, I'm interested to see how does it interpret my feelings. So how does it react based on what I say? At the moment, because it's a demo, I don't know how it's going to do it. I have to wait and see until the final product is revealed until I can say. But that's the vision. So that's what they intend to do on the architecture of this particular one.
All right. So at least they have a team who's working to develop this, because they take the one from GPT chat you said, and then they are redeveloping it or using that as a base, and then they put their
Exactly.
stuff on upon it,
Yeah. So
if
pretty
I
much the
understand
foundation.
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, you're 100% correct, Mary. The foundation was there because I mean, at some point, if they were to manage to develop a new piece of technology to I mean, kind of compete with the OpenAI one, that would be massive. Because according to the statements, I did research that OpenAI took about 30 to 40 years to reach the status of basically of today to develop such a bot. So I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
easy. That's why they made it open source. I see this similar to the contracts in crypto, right? I don't know exactly. I think Solana is an open source one, Avalanche, Polygon. So they put their contracts there for everyone to fork them as a foundation.
Yeah,
But if you copy it, don't sell it as your own, or you're going to be sued. If you tailor it according to your needs, then yeah, we can work together probably. That's my understanding of it at least.
yeah. Okay. Well, should we have some questions, Alex? I see lots and lots of hands up here, and I have some Twitter questions as well. And before we do that, maybe did you have something other maybe that you wanted to talk about too, or what? I'm reading here. Did we go through stuff? We
Um,
had the utility, we have the team a little bit, and the partners
Probably
roadmap.
so. I mean, if we miss anything, I'm gonna remind you guys at the end. But so far, we're
Yeah,
on the spot.
let's
Let's see the
finish that.
community questions first. Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna unmute a few people in here now. Let's have Jay and Nida up here. And then I have some questions from Twitter Space as well already put. So Nida,
Hello, Mary. Can you
hello.
can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Sure. Hi, go ahead. Ask Alex your question, please.
Okay, my question is, is there a cost to using Vigos bot AI's features for automating customer interactions? And are the responses saved in a cloud or hardware for easy access by business owners? Thank you.
That's it. Let me do a quick mic check. Am I still audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are. We hear you,
Perfect,
Alex.
perfect, perfect. Yeah, I just shifted rooms, so that's why I was asking. That's a cool question. I would say I didn't get this question so far, so I'm gonna answer it in the following way. When it comes to storage of the answers, 100% there is a database. You can access it, but in the background, that's pretty much the machine learning opportunity. If it can correlate with the previous conversation, it knows how to reply because you're not the only one asking. How do I make more money? How do I invest in crypto? How do I buy a house? How do I do this and that? So definitely there's a storage. You can access it because it will offer a dashboard for you to kind of guide yourself. If you want to go back to a piece of information from, I don't know, let's say 2 months ago, you will have the opportunity to do so. Standard features here, so nothing out of the ordinary. The first one is there going to be a cost. There's going to be, I'm going to say, two different types of costs here. The first one for the business implementation, you're going to have specific features depending on what would you like to achieve. So if you're an up and coming business, maybe you would like to get your name a bit out there to support with the marketing, to put a different aspect on your brand and name, and to make sure that you're accessible, right? Starting with the most important factor, the search engine optimization, right? The keywords. Because if people search for your product, but they end up being on another website, maybe your competitor, then there's something wrong. So it's going to help customize that one through various opportunities. But when it comes in depth to actually supporting the business, two different types of costs. So the premium features payable with the native token. Uh, don't know exactly, unfortunately, right now, how much does it cost. As the team develops the bot and it will be close to release, I'm expecting them to announce you guys of this as well. But there's also going to be like I'm going to say a business sponsorship or a business partnership fee in which you can actually be some sort of ambassador on the program, right? So eventually promoting this one on your end, accumulating a bit of a bit of a share of the revenues. It's kind of back and forth right now on how they want to put this forward, but I know that this is a plan for sure.
Thank you, Naida.
Okay, thank you.
We have Jay up here also with a question, I'm sure. Hi, Jay.
Hi Mary, good evening. Hi Alex.
Good evening.
Yeah, so my question is while going through your website, I realized that the smart contract was audited by CFJ Ninja and there was a smart contract vulnerability that was found. I think the name was Floating Pragma. So I want to know like which I think it made the audit score about 80%. So what's the team doing regarding the vulnerability that was found during the audit process? And why are they charging 25% for fees? Isn't that too high?
I'm sorry. Let me make sure that I understand the question. So the first one with the vulnerability, unfortunately, I cannot answer to that. What I can say is that they're probably right now working on it. Can you, by any chance, I don't know if you can, just for me to have that, can you probably message me on Twitter with that, or guide me, walk me through right now? Where did you see that so that I can forward it to the team? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, all right. So
Was it a portion of the audit?
exactly a portion of the audit. The title
Okay.
of the audit was
Oh,
Floating Pragma. That was the vulnerability that was found.
okay. I have no idea what that means, but let me actually ask the team. So floating pragma. Okay. I did ask them right now about the floating pragma vulnerability. Hopefully they're gonna answer within short time so that I can offer the answer to you.
Okay.
As far as the second part of the question goes, 25% of there's no tax of 25%. That I'm really curious. Where did you see?
No, no, it's not a tax. It's not a task. It's like it's part of the fees that we have to pay for using the chat box. 25% and was found on the audit report too.
Okay. I believe I can. I mean, I'm 100% sure I can answer. So if you take a look at the audit, I believe you saw that on page 7, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Let me walk you through what that states. Fees check. The project owner of VegasBot AI does not have the ability to set fees higher than 25%. So the max that they can go for you to purchase the token, right? The fee itself is 25%. They can go up to that, but they cannot set them higher. If you scroll just a bit below, it's going to say this. The auditor note is below. The contract currently has a 0% buy and 0% sale tax, and it cannot be higher than 0%. So it surpasses the initial information. The fees can be changed up, and that's I'm going to say, a anti-well measure or a biggest buy competition way. In both ways it can function. So if you want to implement something like an anti-will and anti-sniping measure, those haven't been around for some time because for one reason or another, people are not sniping anymore, or maybe I'm not active on the trading side. But it does give you the opportunity to try and stop that. As far as the transaction fees go, 0% buy, 0% sell. So you won't actually have to pay 25%. That would be ludicrous.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Jay. Are you happy with that answer?
Yeah, I am.
Great. And we will see if they come back to Alex with an answer on your first question then. We have Uncle up here next. Uncle, go ahead. What is your
Yeah.
question?
Hi, Mary, Alex. It's been a very great, interesting space. However, I have two questions for you. The first one is about your business model, right? I want to know, like, how do you generate revenue to keep your project going? Because you said it's community based. So do you depend on the community, or you have a certain budget set aside for it? And my second question is about the AI. Crypto is all about hype, and if the AI hype goes down, does that mean like the Vegas bot AI goes down with it? So thank you very much. That's my question.
Definitely interesting questions, both of them. So let me answer. Let's take the second one. If the hype of the AI goes down, do the bots lose traction, or maybe the people lose interest in them? Personally, this is just my incentive on it, and my opinion. I would say no, definitely not. First of all, the artificial intelligence industry has been around for probably, let's narrow it down to 150 years. So people didn't lose interest. On the contrary, and on the opposite, they gathered a lot of resources and funds and knowledge to help that progress forward and develop it. So I believe that, I mean, there's a difference between the hype of a real event compared to AI. Artificial intelligence is something that can actually change, first of all, the world and the way we see it and the way we action in it. Again, when it comes to these bots, they are intended to be cost effective because it does cost less to implement such a bot instead of the other opportunities, hiring someone or 24/7 maintenance and the other opportunities. So I don't think there's going to be I mean, depending on the final result, if this one is appealing, definitely they're going to gain traction. If it's not and people don't like it, hopefully you guys are going to let the team know, you or others, and then they're going to be able to develop it so that it does have an appeal. But if the final product is indeed solving those problems and offering those opportunities, I think it's a cool feature to have. I mean, as I've said, I've used the Chat GPT for quite some time right now, and it's helping more than you guys would know. I do recommend you guys try it out. It's going to give you a good understanding of what it can and cannot do, and it's there to constantly learn and develop. So, yeah, we're far from seeing the trend or the technology fade away, in my perspective and an honest opinion. The first one, how is it going to sustain or maintain from a financial point of view, through everything that I kind of covered on the last question, I believe it was. So you have some premium features. Not everything is free. The token has its own integration, so the token will be needed in order to use some of the specs and features and angles of the bot. The ambassador program for other projects or businesses to support, that would be the massive one. If that goes to fruition, I would say it can promote the company and help it reach other stages. And the day-to-day activities, right? Because based on what it can do and what it cannot do, then you guys would probably want to explore it more, and that'll cost additional fees or maybe subscriptions, one-time purchase, lifetime buys, I don't know, 30 days, 60 days, depends on how they want to put that forward, to support the business model. They have a couple of opportunities and ideas right now. So yeah, I feel they can sustain if all goes according to their plan. Yeah. Hopefully I answered the question, hopefully.
Yeah, totally. Thank you very much for the answer, and I wish you great success in your project. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you. All right, Alex, I have a question here from Pedri. He says, you say that for Vegas bot, it is important that its chatbots improve the lives of users around the world, but GPT chat establishes restrictions to certain countries. Is it necessary to have a VPN to use your chatbots freely? Will you establish restrictions to countries?
Not as far as I'm concerned. Restrictions to countries, typically no. And that's the beauty of crypto, right? There's no restriction when it comes to the DeFi space. So I would say the answer is no. There will be restrictions to. I'm gonna put it out there. What you're gonna use the bot for? In a previous AMA, someone actually asked, "Can we use it to search for porn?" I don't exactly know why you would need a chatbot for that, but still, you won't be able to. So there will be a couple of maybe topics or areas of interest that it won't be able to cover. But I'm sure Google can help you. If you cannot find something with this, then you have another resource. So no limitations when it comes to you don't need to use a VPN. It's fun and it's recommended to use a VPN for protection, but you're not intended to if you want to use the bot.
All right. Another question here is from Loscar. Given that I work in student education, I was interested to learn more about VegasBot services. What educational advantages may VegasBot tools provide for for both students. What assurance exists if I adopt this, I would be able to witness positive outcome in my instruction?
I mean, I'm not. To be fairly honest, the question is very vague. What type of assurance could I or could anyone provide right now? Because it depends on your angle. So let me put it this way, personally, right? Take
Could
this
it
from
help
me.
students? I think. Could it help
Of course.
students? Could it? I mean.
Yeah, it can, because I mean, you're a student and you want to learn more. You don't want to go through your books. I respect that. I never read books when I was in college. You feel that the internet is a massive pool of information. You don't know where to go. It can and it will narrow the results for you. Depends on what you want to search. It can write articles based on your recommendations or inputs. Eventually can write thesis, right? It's going to take a bit more. You have to interact with it, but it can guide you through educational content. So again, it has little to no limit depending on the topics as well. So if it doesn't know something up front, or maybe it's vague, you can help it by giving it to, let's say, pointers or ask in depth or so on and so forth. So yeah, what assurance
can that be cheating though? Really?
I mean, it is, but we have been doing it even before ChatGPT. Let's face it. I've been cheating since forever. Like, that's how I passed college.
Alex.
It is what it is, right? I'm not an example. You should not do this.
All right. Welcome to Alex. I tell you all. Sure.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is, right? It depends on the subject. If it's math, I doubt you can cheat. I mean, math is an exact science. But if it's something like geography or history, where events past, they're long gone, and you can actually copy them, then why not do it? Nobody cares actually what happened 250 years ago. Not in my country. So yeah, geography. France has been there for 50 years.
Where are you again, Alex?
Romania.
Okay.
Yeah, we're focused on the. I feel with history, we're focusing so much on the past that we're missing what's happening right now. Like, do you remember who battled 250 years ago? Bro, we're in a middle crisis right now. Crypto's falling, BTC's down. I don't care about who fought in whatever war. Again, we're talking about national events, not the world wars and so on and so forth, that kind of change the course of history. So there are things that I'm interested in. There are things that I'm not. It would be cheating, to be fairly honest with you. But depends, because maybe that's going to help you progress, and next time you're going to learn and do it on your own. I doubt it, but who knows?
Let's have Blessing Bays up here for a question. Go ahead, Blessing. You have to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Okay, thanks for having me. My question is, are there any strategies like plans to recruit people with blockchain experience to the team?
That's a good one. I mean, at the moment, seeing as they're still working on the final product, I would say they're not looking to expand. But what I do know is that at some point they're going to have challenges with the language implementation. Again, whatever you do, manual interaction is still needed. So I know that they're going to tackle that. When exactly is that going to happen? I don't know precisely. But yeah, to answer that, not right now, but in the probably near future, I would say yes. They're gonna adopt people, not only with blockchain experience, with various other expertise as well.
Are you looking for a job, Blessing?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Blessing, are you looking for a job?
Yeah, I'm looking for.
Okay, good luck. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good question. I have one last here from the Twitter feed. It's from Vegetita. I've heard that training bots to understand customer demands is the most difficult aspect of artificial intelligence, like the one used by VegasBot, for instance. How does your technology comprehend all of these requests and produce an answer that is so well suited to easy language?
Okay. Someone's very technical there. I wouldn't know how to answer that in depth, so in full. But what I feel the answer is aiming to be is, how does the technology aim to support easy language as stated? Well, I mean, because it has a database comparison, right? Comparison actually, but also integration with NLP, then it has the power to adapt and also review based on past history, therefore making it a fast-paced technology adaptation. It's all based on algorithms. That I feel is the answer. If I'm vague in that, I would probably suggest maybe, I mean, I can try asking the team if you want, but I will require you to DM me with that question and I can answer it directly to the team, if possible, of course.
All right, yeah, it's Vegetita. So Vegetita, if you're in here and you didn't like that answer perfectly, you can always ask the team then. Alex, where is the team mostly then answering questions? Is it on Telegram or Discord, or where's the big community?
Typically Telegram. Yeah, they're focused on Telegram, no Discord as far as I've seen. Twitter active, of course, but yeah, for now, any comments, concerns, feedback, whatever, Telegram based for sure.
Okay, cool. So go there, Vegetita, and ask if you have more questions. What do you say, Alex? Do we have time for one more, or it's 5 to 7 here now? Well, you don't have the same time, but it's 5 to whatever hour you have.
Yeah, we can bring in one more for sure. I'm just spinning my rice here, not to stick. So yeah, I'm okay.
Right. So I want to unmute someone who sends me a heart. Let's go, people. Heart. No hands. I'm tired of hands. Heart me. There we go. I saw a heart. I still only see one heart. That's from North. North, you're unmuting. Connecting. Oh
Hello.
la la, now I saw
Yeah,
two
hello,
hearts.
Mary.
Too
How are you
late,
doing?
sorry. If North does not
Yeah,
connect,
can you hear me?
but he did.
Yeah,
Hi
Mary, can you
North.
hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thanks a lot. So, I read on the website that the bot could actually communicate to customers. So, I would love to know, is there a way the users could actually like customize this bot to their own test? And this bot you're kind of introducing to your platform, would it serve as chat GDP and GTP, which GPT, which actually automatically interact like freely with users?
I'm not 100% sure I got the last part of the question. If you can just restate your question, because I feel the answer has been given throughout the course of the AMA, but I still want to add something for you as well. So if you can repeat the question, that would be awesome. I think it was North.
Yeah, I said the first question was customization of the interaction between the users and the bots. Is there a way we can actually customize these bots to choose the kind of words we want the bot to use? And secondly, what you're building, would it also have the same feature as chat GPT, which actually interacts freely with users, like it could even laugh and the rest?
Good questions there. Good questions, North. So yeah, let me put things from a different angle. Definitely, you can customize it to suffice your business needs, but also personal needs as well. That's the beauty of having such a bot, right? Um, Depending on what you wanted to achieve or what you want to achieve on a personal level, you can help it help you progress, so to speak, even as a business. And I did cover this in depth with Mary. I would say 20 minutes ago. When it comes to the can it function on NLP? That's how it's called. On the same way that ChatGPT does, it's based on that same API. So yes, it will function similar to that based on what I understood, because it can be tailored not only to laugh, but to try and make sense of your reactions, of your emotions, of your tone as well. So if you're trying to make a joke, it will react to that joke in a positive manner. It's not going to say, "Hey, listen, weirdo, screw you." It's not going to do that. So it's intended to adapt. Maybe at first it's going to sound like awkward because it won't know what to say. But yeah, based on the NLP, it's going to learn how to react according to the tone. So yeah. Hopefully those are satisfying questions for you. Answers. Sorry.
Yeah. They are. Thanks, Mary. Thank you so much.
Thank you, North. All right, Alex. That was an hour already. Alpha is asking, are we ready? Yeah, we finished. Yeah, soon. Hang in there, Alpha. Just a few more minutes. I'm gonna let Alex have the floor to his closing statement about this, and also remember everyone that there is an ongoing fair launch at Pink Sale at the moment, and no financial advice, guys. Do your own research as usual. But yeah, go ahead, Alex. You're up.
Awesome, Mary. Awesome. I'm gonna pretty much end in the traditional way, right? So first of all, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for taking the time to join, for taking the time to host. That's for you, Mary, of course. For the crypto community, which you guys represent. You grew so much, and I'm so proud to be, in one way or another, part of this experience here and there, because I do come here, maybe not as often as I would, but that's not always up to me. And yeah, hope to talk to you guys soon. Individually, if you want to ask me anything, personal level, crypto wise, whatever, feel free to DM me. Don't be shy. I do reply within shortest time possible. And until next time, do take into account that whatever I say is intended to be educational content, helping you guys achieve an accounted for decision. If you liked what you kind of heard today, fair launch is ongoing. You have everything needed. I think it's in the post as well on crypto miners. And feel free to DM me if you have any additional questions. Thanks a lot to you, Mary. Thanks a lot to the hosts, co-hosts, additional hosts, everybody that supported us today. It was a pleasure, and hope to talk to you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Alex. Yeah, it was a pleasure having you here, and I hope you will enjoy your dinner. I can hear it's you said rice. It's not pizza with pineapple, right?
No, it's rice with pineapple. Just joking.
Oh, very good. Clever. Yeah, I wish everyone a great night, and go ahead and follow and like and check out the Vegas Bot AI groups on their social medias. All right, guys. I think I will see you tomorrow again. So be sure to come back on time. And Alex, I hope to see you soon again too. Have a lovely night over in Romania.